Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 2 of Let's Play QUBE. So, now we have an elevator ride here, straight down into the depths of the facility. Our gloves are going to help us though, as they seem to be lighting up the environment around us. Why do we have these gloves? To my knowledge, we never find out. So, that's cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to follow the friendly light here. Come back. Nope. Stop that. Stop it. No. Which is just going to keep running away from us until it turns into a red block. Welcome to the dark portion of the game. In this part of the game, you're going to be manipulating a lot of these cubes without light, save for what the white cubes and the colored ones will provide for you. So that's what makes it important to know where everything is. A little bit of a sense of memory is needed for these particular puzzles, because you can only have one type of block lit at a time. So we're going to extend the yellows here. We've already extended the red. Now we'll activate the blue. And you can stand on these blocks even when you can't see them. Hence the memory aspect. But when you start getting to the need to move green blocks as well, such as here, well, that's where things get a little bit more complex. We're going to need to extend this red by 2. Then we'll look at the yellow, stand on the green, and extend it by 3. From this point, we're able to jump to the next platform. Very basic stuff. They're giving you the basic gist of how to get around in dark areas. But now things start to get a little bit more complex. We've got a red there. We've got a blue launch platform, which I'll just retract now over there. We've got yellows here. And we've got the purple by the red. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to extend the red 3 blocks, switch to the purple, and then rotate it towards me so I'm standing on the red block. Light up the blue so I can see it, leap to where I know the yellow to be, light it up so I don't fall, and move to the next test chamber. Now we have the under glass type of puzzle. This is one that'll show up a bit more as the game goes on. In these puzzles, you have to manipulate a cube that is completely invisible to you. Or rather, completely not... Oh, what am I trying to say? The cube is inaccessible to you. You can't get to it, you can't touch it, you can't do anything with it except for manipulate the blocks around it. For this one, fairly simple. We just have red blocks and yellow blocks. Not much you're going to be able to do with that besides what you need to. So, extend this, switch back to the yellow, push it over 1, retract, switch to red, extend it by 1 more, then we'll extend this red block because we want it to catch it. Switch to yellow, extend it by 3, push the red one, or the green one rather, over onto the red. And then retract it until it matches up with there and we're able to move on. What I love about this game, and what I love about puzzle games in general, is their ability to do a lot with very little. In Portal, you only have the portals. In Quantum Conundrum, you only have the dimension shifts. In QUBE, you only have the ability to manipulate blocks. I actually think I remember this chamber. This is a bit easier than it should be, I think. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to do what I do for this chamber, but it works, so I'm not going to knock it. That kind of freedom to solve puzzles the way you wish is quite amazing. So we're going to hop backwards onto this blue and then just kind of fly over to the red. That's where I don't think we're doing the right thing, because I never use the yellow. But anyway, back to my original point. Oh, now we've got a sliding ball puzzle in a completely dark room. So hit play, automatically selects the green block for you. You can't activate red blocks, or blue blocks, or yellow. You can't activate any block while they're darkened. So you have to light them up to be able to move them, but you can still interact with them when they're not. Which is, I suppose, why this takes a little bit more time than some of the other puzzles for me. But it's an entirely solid mechanic. the ability to do a lot of things with a very small amount of tools, as the point I've been laboriously trying to reach for this entire time, that I keep sidetracking myself on, is the fact that it's a mark of good design when you can do that. We're going to extend this by 2, by the way, because the ball is right over here. We're going to push it fully, push it out 1 block, it'll hop up there, go through the thing. It forces you to think about mechanics that you already know in new ways, which is really what you want in a game like this. You don't want the player to just be using the same mechanic over and over in the same manner, because that gets boring. But if you're able to have the player using the same mechanic in a fashion that's new and exciting to them, well, that's where the fun part of puzzle games starts to come into play, I guess. Oh, for this one, we have the reds fully extended. We're going to want the ball on the correct side of this yellow, though, which I just completely failed to do. Where's the green ball, and where are the reds? Where's the yellow? Okay, yeah, so I've completely messed this up, but that's okay. Just keep rotating. It should fall now. Yep, you could hear it fall there. Extend that fully. Switch back to the purple and keep rotating this way until it falls in, because you can see the squares kind of shifting around as we've moved the ball correctly. I think that might be the last one. Yep, it's through. And now the whole area lights up. We've restored power to the darkened area, and we're out of Section 5 pretty much entirely. So we'll just hop up here. Kind of to go the other way with that. Oh, by the way, this is an excellent route. You don't even know what it's for, but it's so cool. You don't even care. It's just for using only cubes, the design is excellent. It's like you're wandering around monochrome puzzle Minecraft. And now we come to yet another new mechanic: magnets, which manipulate green blocks in the environment, and are probably one of my least favorite things about this game. They do allow for some pretty cool stuff, but more than that, they try to use more physics, which I'm not entirely sure I'm okay with. Because, again, as I've mentioned, I'm not a big fan of this game's physics. Anyway, we'll hop up here. Then what we want to do is, once you've activated the store, it stays active, and you can actually ride the green blocks even if there's nothing beneath them with the magnets. So you're going to want to just fly through there. But this is the first room where I really started to realize that I was in a bit of trouble with physics. Tilting cubes is not really the most excellent of things. Tilting cubes are not really the most excellent of things, sorry. But the mechanics work, and it's still fairly satisfying when you're able to solve the puzzles that have been stumping you for a little while. Alright, so let's see about retracting this, extending it fully, and then just leaping over. That works. Alright, and then we come to simultaneous pulls. This is actually a fairly old puzzle in terms of how you solve it. Sorry, I don't really know what I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm failing to articulate it quite a bit here. I suppose what it is this is the ability to get things to move in tandem, like the ability to get things synchronized up, is one of the older puzzle strategies in any sort of puzzle game. But then you have to take them deliberately out of sync to be able to get up. So hold on while I hop up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this by 1, extend that by another 1. and hit the magnet, draw these down, actually extend it by 1, no harm to that, hop up here, the cube is going to be pretty well and truly stacked now, wait till I'm on top of this red, and oh, shoot, that's okay, I can still do this with 2 cubes, messed up a little bit, turn off the magnet. I don't know if that was due to me standing on it. I don't think that affects it very much, but it might. Who knows? Oh, come on. Basic jumping. Basic jumps, my greatest foe. Alright, then we'll extend this fully, and once more, magnets can carry us even if there's nothing beneath. So, we're good to go. Into... Oh, I hate this room. You've got to... Is this floating? Never really noticed that before. The cube is. It's just floating in midair. Okay. So what we're going to want to do is... Because now you can rotate the magnets, and that's just a whole nother barrel of fun. This took me maybe 5-10 minutes to figure out my first time through, and for the first puzzle of its type, that's quite a long while. Still, it was challenging. It just got me with an intense hatred of that type of room. So now we're done with Area 5. But the power seems to be out. Dangerously so. So, cube elevators are obviously not the most reliable means of transportation, and it seems that we're falling at... oh dear. What is this? I see wires. And walls. And a broken elevator. Okay, so maybe the cube facility wasn't as well off as we thought. And by that I mean, oh god, it's a sphere. What in the world? What is this strange device? I know only cubes in my own form. And it's gone. So, first time I played through, I thought that was like our primary antagonist for the game. We're in the main cube facility and we need to take down the evil sphere, but no. The perspective is just terrible. That cube was about the same size as our torso. So it's cool. We just find a bit more of them. Welcome to the wires portion of the game. As I said, they're coming to greet us. In the wires portion of the game, you must use wires to reactivate nearly powerless blocks. And I managed to fall on one of the easiest puzzles of the area. Awesome! But, in all seriousness, you start to see that maybe the facility you're in isn't in isn't in really the greatest shape here. And now for this elevator, considerably less dangerous than the last one, still no less prone to falling, though. As I said, but we had some soft cables to catch us there, so we're good. Alright, and moving blocks. Another fun mechanic. Alright, get that to catch it so it'll swing. No, we missed completely. Maybe if I just hold it up like that? What you want to do is extend that so it catches the wire. The wire will then swing over, activate this platform, which you will activate to get the blue wire dislodged. Fall down on this one so we can go on one of the most fun jumps in the game. So far, it's incredible. And now we get control of the moving wires. So, first thing we're going to want to do, shift this forward. It can now extend. Oh, let's try this again. Let the wire rest on that block, extend it. It can now rest on the blue, pushes them both off. And now that pushes the yellow wire. We want to reactivate all of the yellows here so we can get up, but each yellow wire falls off after a single use, and you need 3 yellow blocks active to be able to do that sort of thing. So, next we'll push it to the right, which will dislodge the second yellow wire, activating the top panel. We'll push this one backwards, so it activates this red panel here. Fully extend it, so it catches the red wire on its trip back, and prevents its movement for long enough for physics to build up force. Grabs that there, pushes the yellow block off, and we have a brand new set of stairs. Alright, hello again ladies and gentlemen. You may have just noticed a bit of a cut, that's alright, we just had technical problems. No worries, no worries. Moving on, got some spheres here, go ahead and mess around with those if you want, they run away from you. Not of particular concern to us on our run through this game though. No sir, and or map. Now we come to more glass puzzles here. This time with a ball that we can't access at all except by manipulating the blocks around it. Oh, there we are. Okay, so I sort of had it. Then we retract this, that goes through there, hits the blue block, and flings into the next part of the puzzle. When it's blinking, I believe that means you cannot activate the block at that time, which is unfortunate. Anyway, we'll extend this 3, extend that one, retract this, extend the other part 3 now. It'll go through here, blink through. So we'll start it by using this, extend those, extend this now that that's there, extend that 3, I think. Retract it, retract the blue, and it flings onto the blue platform here, activates it, flings it up to here, where it goes full-on wrecking ball through this wall. And then we get to go on a magic flying blue square ride off into the sunset. And it was quite magical. Okay, so we'll extend this. Oh, we can't extend that anymore while that's there. So we're going to extend this by 3. Extend this by 3. And then get that blue back. Retract the yellow as soon as it's off. Now that'll fall down there, and without the ability to do anything else, we'll automatically activate the spring platform down there and come to wreck another wall for us. But the thought occurs, what is this part of the facility for? I mean, if it's a test, then why would you break a wall with it? But if it's not a test, then what is the purpose of this room? I mean, you've got, like, balls breaking through everywhere here. Look at this. They were carried in test tubes? Are the balls alive? We don't know. We don't know anything about this game. We don't know anything about this world. Why am I even in this room here? There we go. Alright, so we're going to want to let it go past there, then flip that back upwards, and on to the next part of the puzzle, because that's just going to fling straight across. Here we go. Okay, so we want it to turn right there and turn right there. That'll at least keep it in a bit of a shorter loop. Actually, let's get it into this loop now. And I think that what I'm going to want to do... Turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right. That's not going to work. Just a little bit of forward planning. So if I put that there, it'll fling back outwards. And if it flings back outwards, it's going to hit this and immediately turn right. But when it'll go towards this and immediately turn right again, at which point I've got it. So put that back, raise this, lower this, raise this. Then it'll turn right, go through here, and hit this. Hit the wire, that is. So just little pathfinding puzzles now. Again, still just putting blocks in and out, but the introduction of the ball that turns right when it's interacted with. Finding new ways to play upon the same mechanics. And broken spheres everywhere. You're definitely... This game does have a lot of the Portal feel to it. And I don't know what I really classify as the Portal feel. I guess individual test chambers in a facility that you're in for unknown reasons would be a good start. Oh, I love this part of the game. Lasers! Because what could better improve a game than lasers? The ability to manipulate lasers, I suppose. But, as I was saying... Oh shoot, what was I saying? The Portal feel, I guess, would not be... Oh, we got a cool platform that raises up here. The Portal feel would really not be so much a game that just, I don't know, what am I trying to say here? The Portal feel is not so much a game that just has the test chambers, but it has, like, the test chambers, you start in what seems to be a pristine environment in which you're doing testing, in which you're completing objectives without a care in the world. But as you go on, you start to see that the clean facade is just that. It's a facade. You're not doing anything with it. It's a complete and utter mess when you look at anything past the surface. Not unlike Quantum Conundrum's what would it be? Act 2 and 3? Just Act 3? Something to that effect. Anyway, so for the laser manipulation puzzles, it's the same sort of coloring mechanic that we had earlier in the game, but now, instead of using... turn this left. Will that work? No. Okay, so that's not working. I've got to get it to go through the other yellow. I feel dumb. Turn this to the right. Left. Right. Left. Same coloring mechanic as you had with the balls before. Oh, I forgot. This can actually refract twice in 2 different directions. And then that gets us through. Same mechanic as coloring the balls, but now you're using it to color light. And a little bit of our loading room there. But a very cool loading room. I think it might be a jump scare. Not entirely certain what they were trying to do with that. So, also I apologize if I ever stop talking for a moment or if my voice gets a little bit hoarse. Currently not on the top of my game, but it's all good. I haven't gotten episodes out in like a week at this point, so I really need to start stepping it up, start getting some stuff back out for the, what is it now, 14 subscribers? And anyone else who happens to stumble upon the videos, no worries. So we'll push this out, and what we want to do is get this on that little conveyor block there. Looks like I barely made it, but I did make it. That's what matters. We're going to push it out with this, and then once more with that, to activate the laser further. Door opens for us, and we're going to keep moving. So, as you can see here, we're now going to be manipulating the exact same laser through a bunch of different routes. Not that laser. You don't do anything with that laser. It's, you can't even climb up on these blocks. This is just a completely functionally useless room. I've never found a purpose for it except for probably loading times. Which is good. I applaud the game designers for actually giving us like a little bit of a trip through the ruined facility in the time it takes them to load, not just taking the Half-Life 2 style and just stopping with a loading screen. There are merits to both ideas, certainly, but... Oh, we've got to activate this here real quick. We're going to want to activate these conveyor belts. Use the yellow to push that. It activates a power block of sorts, which gets those conveyors moving. Don't want to hit this until that conveyor block is there, otherwise you'll just knock it straight off and you'll have to reset the puzzle, and it's not going to be a good time. Well, it still could be a good time. There's nothing really particularly game-breaking about it, but it's better for you to just kind of wait a moment, because you have to solve the puzzle. Anyway, going to want to move this with the conveyor belt. These glass bottom puzzles are going to be glass top puzzles, because I guess the puzzles are not really... Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that, game. What? No, what? It was holding on perfectly fine until for some reason it just decided to stop. You know what? Fine, reset the puzzle. Alright, so push back out, yellow blocks, and that's precisely what I was talking about. Now it's trapped in there or something and dead or crushed or I don't even know. Okay, reset. Again. Okay, so push 3. Wait until this gets over here. This puzzle usually does not take 3 to 4 tries, but first time for everything, I suppose, and I just missed my chance. Focus, PA. Focus on the shiny lights and all of the movement and all those fun things. There we go. There's a solid hit. also knock this out too. Now we just wait for this conveyor to arrive once more. Push. Okay, perfect. Thus far, no issues. Push twice. Okay, that's a little bit iffy, but I think we're okay. If I actually push it at the right time, I might even get it square on the block here. Yes, good, good, very good. Don't push this out, because that's what kind of ruined me last time. And then just manipulate the light block. Okay. Now we can move back here. You can actually see that was like supposed to be a test room that you were in, but the ceiling collapsed and you're left in the roof, which really just raises the question of why they bothered with a glass roof in the first place. Still, helped us solve the puzzle, so no flying. So no arguments here. Alright, and alright. I'm cutting off the episode here. This puzzle. Remember why I said earlier that physics would get frustrating? This was that moment. Okay. See you next time. This is gonna suck.